In this video, I'm going to show you the secrets of the double underpass.
Secrets? This is one of the first passes white belts learn.
Exactly, and somehow people still mess it up.
That wasn't necessary.
But it was accurate. The double underpass is one of the most effective passes in Jiu-Jitsu. I use it all the time. I've hit it in tournaments, and when the details are right, it works way past the beginner level.
Unfortunately, I can confirm.
I'm going to show you the setup, the stack, the pass, and what to do whenever Cadence starts ruining everything.
That is literally my job.
Let's get into it. The double underpass is not me diving my arms into submissions.
Please, dive your arms into submissions.
No, that's how you get triangled, omoplotted, and roasted in the comments. If I reach lazy, she gets angles, she gets frames, and she gets attacks. What I actually want is to clear the guard line, get both arms out and around her legs, connect tight, and slide her hips up my thighs. Now that I have slid her hips up my thighs, I can stack. Once I stack, then I pass.
So the pass is not grab the legs and run around?
No, that's a white belt remix. Before I do anything, I have to get her hips up on my thighs. If her hips stay on the mat and I'm far away, I'll end up trying to curl her body weight with my arms. Instead, I start closer, then pull her hips up my thighs. In doing that, I was able to keep my elbows tight and use more of my body to do the work. Her hips are no longer free, and the stack is going to set me up for the pass. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to pass before you actually stack.
Thank you, I'll take my guard back.
That's exactly what happens. If her hips are still free, she just spins with me. So before I walk around, I make her carry her own weight. Stack first, then walk.
That should be on a rash guard.
It probably will be. Here's one of the things that they can do that will ruin your day. When I start walking around, she posts on my hip. If I just keep walking, look what happens.
Still here.
Exactly. Her post keeps her connected to my hip, so she can keep spinning and I never actually finish the pass.
So that ruined your day?
All you did was delay the inevitable. There are two ways I clear the hip post. The pressure version and the training room version.
That kind of sounds like the mean way and the nice way.
Basically, but we're gonna say it like responsible adults.
That doesn't sound like us.
The pressure version is this. I keep my weight heavy and I switch my hips side to side so her post has to keep chasing me. A still frame can feel strong, but a frame that has to follow my hips starts breaking down.
That was extremely annoying.
That means it worked. Switch, switch, switch. Once the post weakens, I melt through and finish the pass. The training room version is what I use whenever I actually like my training partner.
So this is the one you like to use on me?
Depends on the day. I'm not kicking the hand. I'm not attacking the wrist. My knee finds the elbow and I chop the post down. Knee to elbow, chop, arch, and pass.
That was the nice version?
For training, yes. In real speed, it looks like this. Another mistake is letting your head and chest float.
Thank you. I can breathe and move again.
That is exactly why it's wrong. When I stack, I don't just hold her legs. My head and chest help pin a position to reduce the chances of her recovering her guard. Loose upper body, she moves. Connected pressure, she carries the stack.
I like how clearly you explained that.
Now here's a bonus detail for people who feel impossible to stack.
That's me.
In this one very specific way. Yes. When I try to slide her hips up my thighs, and she keeps backing away, or she's flexible enough that her feet become little stoppers, I do not keep forcing the same pass. If I keep trying to stack straight through this, I'm going to waste my energy. So I grip tight, I step one leg up, step the other leg up, then I'm going to pick up her lower half and flip her over the turtle.
This is like the double underpass on Trent.
So anyways, once she lands there, I'm not going to chill. I'm going to go straight to seatbelt and take the back.
So if I defend the pass, I give up my back?
That is a bad trade. A really good defense to the double underpass is when she starts getting butterfly hooks. I'm trying to slide her hips up my thighs, so she walks back and hooks me. Now it's basically impossible to lift because I had to lift my whole entire body off the ground.
So I win?
No, you just change the pass. When she gets butterfly hooks, I do not force that double under. I'm gonna take one arm out and go over the leg, drop my shoulder, and turn it into an over-under pass. The double under is the first attack. The over under is the answer when the hooks stop the stack.
So, it's a passing chain.
That's correct. She defends one pass, she gives me the next one. The double under pass does not only happen from one starting position.
How many starting positions are there?
More than you can count, but we will go over 3. The first one will be after I open close guard. The second one is whenever she's playing open guard and her legs come high. The third one is whenever she's defending outside passing and she is exposing her legs. The entries change. The rules stay the same. Arms around the thighs, hips loaded, stack the shoulders, clear the problem, and pass the control.
Different door, same bad room.
Correct again. If this pass feels awkward, drill in pieces. Drill 1 is hip load reps. I start with my arms around her thighs, and all I'm doing is pulling her hips up my thighs. I'm not passing yet. I'm learning how to move their hips with my body instead of trying to curl them with my arms. It's also good for the person on bottom because they can practice shoulder walking for defense. Load, stack, reset. Load, stack, reset. Drill 2 is stack walking without their post. First rep, she lets me stack and I walk. Second rep, she's gonna post on my hip.
So now I get to be annoying?
That is your brand. Now, I'm gonna have to recognize the post. Then I'll bring my knee to the elbow, chop it down, arch, and pass. This drill teaches you not to panic whenever they defend. You stack, you walk, you clear the problem, and you finish.
Simple. Miserable, but simple.
Here's the full sequence. I'm going to open guard, pull both arms out and go around her thighs. Now that I close the space, I'm going to slide her hips up my thighs, keep my elbows tight, and stack her weight over her shoulders. If she posts on my hip, I'm going to clear the post before I continue walking. The knee is going to find the elbow, chop, arch, and pass. If they are too flexible and I cannot stack, I can flip them and take the back. If they get the butterfly hooks, I can switch to the over-under pass.
It is a passing hub.
That sounds smarter than fold them like laundry.
Both are true.
That's the double under pass. It's one of the first passes a lot of people learn, but it still works at the high levels because the details are real.
And because being stacked sucks.
If you practice the hip load, the stack, the post clear, and the transitions, this pass will start working on way better people.
Not me.
Especially you. Comment below if you want a deeper breakdown on double under entries, over under chains, or the back take from the stack. Before we sign off, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.